Hello everybody, welcome to the Report Card episode 11. I am Dustin.
And I'm Ulysses. In the Report Card we go over the latest in movies, music, and any random kind of thing we want to bring to you.
There you go. This week we are bringing you Iron Man, as well as our best and worst superheroes.
And we're also doing the Word of the Week.
There you go.
And a little note that we want to...
Yeah, a little information we want to bring to you.
Yeah.
So here we go. This was Iron Man.
What are you building, Stark?
I'm working on something big. Yeah, I can fly.
I just finally know what I have to do.
Dun 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 dun. Iron Man.
I've been looking forward to this one for a real long time. I'll be completely honest with you. And, well, first let's catch people up on who Iron Man is, those that may not follow comic books and whatnot.
Well, I think anybody knows who Iron Man is.
Yeah. Well, do they?
I don't know. Well, anyway, so why don't you bring them up to speed if they don't?
Well, it's essentially a story of Tony Stark, who is a weapons dealer for the U.S. Army. The guy essentially built an empire. Well, his father built an empire, and he grew it to new heights, essentially building weapons of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And one day, as the plot of the movie goes, he gets captured in Afghanistan and is forced to make weapons for them. He escapes, and the story develops that way.
There you go.
So,
that's when he becomes Iron Man. But the thing is that in the comic book and all that, he was not in Afghanistan. We applied it to today's world.
Yeah.
He was like back in Vietnam when this happened. He was
Yeah, well,
supposedly, right? That's when he was captured.
well, Jon Favreau, which is the director, and I always mispronounce that, Jon Favreau. And he was also in Swingers, which I think he directed Swingers 2, The Breakup, Elf and Daredevil. So he was in all those movies.
Yeah, I didn't know he did all that. I thought he was just an actor.
Well, he is just an actor. He acted in all those that I just mentioned, but he directed Swingers and this one.
Yeah,
which I think he did
a
an amazing
great job.
by the way. Yeah, great job.
By the way, anyway, we got Robert Downey Jr. in this movie, who stole the movie. I mean, from all the effects, like he played it to the T that like you want to be him.
Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr. has come back from his drug days, and now he is back, and he's great.
We've also got,
who else we got?
Gwyneth Paltrow. Who plays
I didn't even know she was in it.
She was in it.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
She's his assistant. Surprised me.
I see her. I'm like, oh, who's that cute? Oh my God,
yeah.
it's Gwyneth Paltrow. Also, Jeff Bridges, who plays the villain.
Great.
Stain.
They did a great job with him on his makeup and everything. You can't even really tell it's him.
The only way that I could tell is through
his voice.
His voice.
His voice.
Like, his mouth.
It's
he
crazy.
Does something kind of like that.
Yeah.
So,
and we also got the guy from what's that movie? That ghetto movie.
Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
he was actually great.
He did an all right job. I don't know.
And he was
I think, yeah, but I think in this movie he did an all right job. He wasn't the best. I don't think he's the best suited actor for it.
He played a support role.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't supposed to be there and shine like in Hustle and Flow. He played a support role, and I think he played it pretty well. So, one thing that I was pretty amazed about this movie, though, is the fact that it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah, there was a lot of comic relief in it.
Yeah.
With the, with the suit and all that and so forth. We don't want to say anything. But, I mean, from a standpoint of effects, cinematography, I was never bored. No. Everything was great colors.
Yeah.
Awesome movie.
Great casting, and Robert Downey Jr. again. Just his comedic timing was flawless. And he just held himself like a Tony Stark character, this bigger than life, I've got money.
Well, because he lived that life.
Man.
He's the partier, and that's what Tony.
So I guess it's not so much of a stretch.
He's just doing
I take it back. He totally sucked.
But everything else from there, I mean, the story, everything was great. I don't know if there's a sequel. We don't want to say anything, but I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But we did hear one piece of information on the internet, and that was
that there are hints of rumors that Robert Downey Jr.'s character Tony Stark will be making a cameo in the upcoming Hulk movie this summer. So dun, dun, dun.
We will see.
And they make very geeky references in the movie that may hint towards that. So look out for that. Great.
Anyway, go check this movie out. Everyone should go see it in the theater.
What do you give it?
I give it an A. This is one of my all-time superhero movies for me. I think it was great.
Brilliant superhero.
And we're getting good with the effects, all I gotta say. Amazing effects.
Definitely.
Amazing.
Speaking about superheroes, we've compiled a list.
There you go. Let's talk about our best and worst.
Yes.
This was his idea, and it's a great idea.
Let's start from bottom to up, just like Conan does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with worst or best?
Let's start with best.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
so number 5, you go.
Our number 5, Wesley Snipes as Blade. I thought he did an amazing job as Blade.
Not like a real superhero, but in that type of movie sense, like he did a great job, even with the sequels. He looked believable, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I like believable parts.
I totally thought that he was a vampire for a couple minutes there.
We got number 4, who is Christian Bale in the new Batman movie.
Yeah. Slash Michael Keaton.
Yes.
Kind of
Michael Keaton he's the original, but
Yes.
he was more like slapstick.
Well,
He was more like, I don't know, he didn't bring the dramatization like Christian Bale does now. He brings a sense of like he's Batman. I can't explain it. Like he's like so much
Christian Bale is
behind it.
definitely a darker,
Yes.
more human Batman.
And that's how I see Batman.
Yeah,
I don't want to see someone who's like funny or I want to see someone.
I mean,
Batman's demented. He's got to be. If he's to be a superhero, you got to be screwed up in the head, man.
well, he's not demented.
But he's
not
got
the
that
Joker.
like no.
But he does have kind of have like a darker kind of sense about him, and he did play that a little bit better than Michael Keaton did. I'll give you that much. But I mean, come on, it's Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Number 3, Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
Ooh, see,
This is kind of a toss-up.
for me, I'm gonna say no, but I know everyone's gonna agree with him.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big Tobey
look,
Maguire fan. That's why.
Here's the way that I see it.
But he did a good job.
Tobey Maguire, look.
But who thought he'd be Spider-Man? I mean, I never
hold on a
pictured that.
second. The character of Spider-Man is kind of like almost awkwardly
Scrawny. Yeah, that's him. Okay, I agree.
Kind of almost.
He fit the part.
He definitely fit the part. He's scrawny. He's kind of like a little awkward. He talks kind of like that. Kind of like shyish. So I thought that he was a great cast for that one. Number two. I like this one.
Go.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah, he looks like Wolverine.
He is
the
Wolverine.
hair, everything.
He is Wolverine.
I agree.
News on that. Wolverine movie, 09.
I didn't even know about that.
You did not
That's
know
great.
that.
Well, now you guys know.
Now you know.
09, Wolverine. We also got Christopher Reeves as the original Superman.
Christopher Reeves.
No matter what, he has to win hands down because he is the original. Even if you don't
He's
like
the
him,
man.
it doesn't matter. You gotta respect the man.
Yeah, definitely a great Superman.
Yes.
Didn't do
Now-
much after that, but
Let's hit our worst now, because this is.
here's
I
where
like
the
this.
conflict comes in. You
We
wanna
got
go
number
worst?
5 at our worst. Ben Affleck in Daredevil.
Yes.
Like that movie was just ridiculously horrible. I don't even like it. I didn't even want to see it, but I caught it one day on TV, and it was just like I couldn't even watch the whole thing.
I wouldn't say that the movie was terrible, but I just think Ben Affleck wasn't.
Yeah,
a good
he's not a
Daredevil.
superhero.
He doesn't he doesn't really superhero-fy me.
Who is next not a superhero?
Well, a little bit worse than Ben Affleck in Daredevil had to be Eric Bana in The Hulk.
Yeah,
The past Hulk.
that movie was just ridiculous.
Oh
It was
my
horrible.
Eric Bana is a good actor.
Yeah,
He is a
but
good actor.
not for that movie.
Not for that movie.
But they
Not for
did
that movie.
also. He might have done a good job, but if the movie was better, because I mean, there were certain parts where like the Hulk's pants disappeared when he was running through the desert. They did a horrible job. They didn't even render it correctly.
Yeah, and I mean, the Hulk freaking jumping the whole desert.
Yeah,
I mean, come on,
retarded.
people.
That's not gonna happen. They never really,
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah,
Come on.
I like it's fantasy, but that's that's ridiculous fantasy. Next,
Nicolas Cage.
I love
as
Nicolas
Ghost Rider.
Cage,
Nicolas
but
Cage
not
is the
as
man.
Ghost Rider. That movie was horrible. It was just so
so bad.
stupid. It looked so,
So
corny.
bad.
It was a very
So
corny
bad.
thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and next after that, we got Val Kilmer.
As Batman.
Yeah, he wasn't that good either.
No, hold on, not that good. He was completely and utterly horrible
Yeah.
as Batman, dude.
I know,
Almost
but
as bad as
right above him is George Clooney at number 1.
as Batman.
He only did it for the money. He's not Batman. Horrible.
Oh my god.
That's when the whole series went to shit.
Yeah.
But now it's coming
It was
back.
resurrected because of our number 4 on the list, Christian Bale.
And now it's coming out again as The Dark Knight.
Yes.
Who I think the villain, Heath Ledger, is that I think he should receive an award. He looks crazy.
He looks demented.
Yeah, when he's hanging outside of the cab and he's like this, enjoying that just looks demented.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna look
forward-
great.
Yeah, we're looking
We're
forward.
looking forward. We will review it and bring it to you.
So, word of the week.
Go ahead. What's our word of the week?
Textual relations. That's. Well, do you want to let them know what that is?
I actually, it's too dirty for
Well,
me.
that's-
I can't.
that's my
I do it
word.
all the time. Go ahead.
To engage in dirty talk with your partner through text messages.
Yes.
That's textual relations.
Yeah, it's like I want to be with you in bed right now.
It's like-
blank, blank, blank. I don't want to say all these dirty
Yeah.
words on
Pound, pound, pound. That's when you're pounding her.
Oh wow! I never thought about that. Don't tell me that's
You
true.
ever done that one?
No, I'm not a
I've
big
done that one.
sexual texter.
Anyway, we got to wrap it up, guys.
We're shooting on the fly this week. We got to end the show a little early. Everybody, we will see you next week. This is the report card. I'm Dustin. Ulysses.
Ulysses
Final thought.
and Dustin. Take care.
Peace.